broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you. I do. What? What are they doing?
I don't know.
They're
doing karaoke.
She gives a little.
That was great.
Right on note. Welcome back. We've missed you.
Yeah. It was like almost a month.
Yeah, was off for a while. So we are back with Cooper Barrett's Guide to Surviving Life. This is episode 4. I'm your host, Tamara Brown. You can follow me on Twitter at BrownTamara.
I'm James Franck. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheJimboSlice.
I always want to call you Jimbo.
You can call me Jimbo. It's perfectly
okay.
fine.
So this episode is Cooper Barrett's Guide to Losing Your Phone, or Finding Your Phone, right? Finding.
Isn't it?
Losing your phone.
Usually,
Losing your phone.
The guide to it should have been Guide to Finding Your Phone, because that's pretty much what the episode was all about. But then it's like, is it really Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or is it Cameron's Day Off, kind of thing?
Exactly. Chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
Relatable. We've all been there.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we all know the drama of losing your phone and how big of a pain it really is.
I have nightmares when like my most common recurring dream is that I've either lost my phone or lost my like wallet, purse, and left it like on a bus, so where I can't go back to a place.
Like you get off the bus and you see it driving away as you realize.
And I'm just like, it's just out of my reach. I can't. It's just close but so far away. So yeah, we are I guess learning a useful lesson this episode. We start out with
a big car explosion. And we're back to the same routine of like, we're gonna tell this story out of order. This is what happened earlier in the day. I think Cooper's like doing laundry and he gets home and realizes, wait, where's my phone? And then ransacks the whole place wondering or trying to find his phone. And
were you now I got to this conclusion far before our cast did, but call a phone. It took them a while to try that one.
That's always like the first thing you do.
That's the first thing you do. Call your phone. He's like tearing this room apart. I find this episode, because Cooper Barrett, at this point we're a little bit comfortable with this series. We know their tricks and stuff like that, and it's a little bit comedy of errors. Like they want to ramp up the goofball decisions, but this episode was especially like, what are you doing? Call your phone before you tear the room apart.
I guess he didn't have a phone to call his phone.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, because he got the landline at the end of the episode.
Oh man, that was so great. I can't wait to talk about that. That was like the funniest part of the entire episode.
So he loses his phone.
He ransacks the entire place, and Barry's like, "What happened? Did we get robbed? Did they steal my Beanie Babies?" I was just like, "Oh, Barry, back with the great lines."
Always has the great lines.
He's always got the great lines.
Good old Barry. We love him. So they come. The boys come in. Everybody immediately realizes what a disaster losing your phone is. Everybody treats it with the utmost, emergency action that it deserves.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was like someone died. It's just like, you just lost your phone. No one died.
I'm so sorry. Yes. So immediately they're taking action to find this phone. They use the Find Your Phone. Is it only iPhone that has the Find Your Phone?
I don't know, but that is a genius.
Have you ever had to use it?
I've never had to use it, but I've had my Mac computer stolen, and recently I had all my pictures deleted out of my phone, like at the phone store. So I was just like,
oh wow.
Yeah. I was like, I really should back that shit up.
I had to use it for the first time recently. I used Find My iPad, and I didn't even think it was on. And I pulled up on my phone. I did the Find My iPad, and it brings up the map, and it shows me right where it is. And it was at my boyfriend's house. I see on the map, and I'm like, whoa, like amazed by technology.
So it's in a pretty close radius then.
Yeah. It pinpoints to the exact. I have a friend of mine who is a substitute teacher, and he lost his phone one day at school, and he knew exactly where he left it. So he knew it was gone. He knew one of the kids must have taken it. So he did find my phone, and it pinpointed to this like neighborhood, and so he went and drove, just like an episode like they did. He like drove to the house,
just drove around
and went right outside, and then just before, and this was like right after school, he's like, I know this is the house where my phone is. I guess he called like the administration, and they were like, you cannot go up and knock on that door. You have to notify authorities. You can't. It's recommended that if you pinpoint your phone and you know the exact house, you see exactly where it is, you're not supposed to just like walk in and knock on the door. You're supposed notify authorities, have somebody else handle it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just FYI. Oh, let us know your experiences if you've ever had to trace your phone. So they are in the, they trace it to, what is it, a yogurt?
It was called Little Spoons.
Little Spoons.
Little Spoons.
Yeah.
It was like a mix of Golden Spoon and like Yogurtland.
Yeah, Yogurtland, someplace like that. And they see that the phone is there, and they call it, waiting for the culprit to pick it up, and Joe Biden picks it up.
Oh, man.
That was.
Then they were like, no, those are just two old people. This isn't them.
and it's still ringing. And
then they get on the phone, and it's like a Taken parody.
Yes. So apparently the kid that took his phone was in that little yogurt place, but was toying with him. So they, so then they're off to find the kid that they've just spoken with on the phone. Meanwhile, the ladies are, these two, they're Josh, is that the brother's name?
Josh's wife and
so
Kelly, right?
Josh leaves his wife at the bar to go help Cooper find his phone immediately. So then Kelly stays, and
it becomes a girls' night out.
It becomes a girls' night.
And they start doing the whole talks of like, so you really like Cooper, or you just want to be friends? I gotta say, I'm bummed. This episode, I'm like, can we get some lady writers, because this episode is so unrelatable for women. Like, this show, this episode did not pass the Bechdel test, because the only thing that these two ladies talk about are guys and Cooper. So, Josh's wife, and my bad, I'm blanking on her name as I'm trying to say, let's develop these characters better. But like, we had the kickball episode where we really got to get some like dimension to her, and I really like her. She's awesome. I really like that character. Kelly, I'm not quite sold on yet, because she's still, to me, just the eye candy. So because this was a girls' night, I was really hoping that we would have gotten a little bit more, more than just boy talk.
More than just boy talk. Like, let's find some more interesting kickball type characteristics about your character. Like, we don't just have to like talk about guys and the stereotypical. I was just like, this, I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, every single chick in this episode is hot girl, and especially the ridiculous like sorority house, like, let's get a little bit more female relatable content. I would like to see.
Like group of bro friend heavy.
And it's enjoyable. The most enjoyable parts of the show are the dynamics of the friendships between the bros. So let's just see a little bit more of that with the ladies. Let's see a dynamic of a friendship, rather than just it's all about their only purpose is to further the plot line of whatever the fellas are doing. You know what I mean?
I agree. I I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I thought it was funny, like, so then they leave Josh and Neil in the car as Barry and Cooper go into this. Is it a sorority?
I assumed so. I guess we don't.
Like
we don't really. It never exactly says, but I assumed it's a sorority.
And they're just like hanging out in the van watching dudes skateboard.
Yeah, and loving it.
How they had like the classic like dad van picnic of like little Cheerios and juice boxes to snack on.
Yeah.
And they're just like totally enjoying themselves watching dudes skateboard and reminiscing. And then they like try and cheer them on, but they think that like they're
flashing the lights,
they're talking
and
this to them,
yeah.
and then they like, oh no, we got to teach these guys in the van what's up.
Yeah. They were just trying to show some appreciation, and they're flashing the lights, and for some reason that ticked them off, and so then they go to attack the poor boys in the van.
Yeah, they're like, give us your wallet, give us your cell phone,
give us your clothes.
Give us your clothes.
And so, meanwhile, inside the sorority house, so Cooper and Barry have both these found lady friends that are immediately interested in them and want to hang out. And Cooper's on a mission to find his phone. So he thinks that his phone is inside this house. And the girl's even like, we found your phone.
She's like, here it is. And he's like, oh, this isn't my phone. She's like, but do you want to make out? He's
yeah.
Like, yeah, later. I just got to find my phone real quick. And then he like starts ransacking the sorority. People are in bed. Like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, no, you can finish. I'm just looking for my phone.
Don't mind me. Just looking for my phone.
Continue.
Yeah. And then he even says, which pays off later, when she comes back again and says, so it's time to make out. He's like, I really need to find my phone. There's something very important on it, which we find out later what that is.
And at this point, they're like kind of like cross-cutting with like the girls talking in the bar about like, oh, me and Cooper will really not. Kelly's like, I really don't like Cooper that way, but we just took this picture in front of the observatory that was really special, and I kind of have feelings, but I kind of don't. She compares him to like Steve Buscemi. She's like, yeah. I love him. But I don't want to have sex with him. Steve Buscemi, you're the man. I love that.
I mean, I don't know why you don't want to have sex with Steve Buscemi.
Boardwalk Empire. I mean, like everything he's in is awesome. Like, there's nothing.
That's what I'm talking about. That is not relatable lady content. Who wants to have?
We want Steve Buscemi.
Come on. So yeah, and then the ladies also too, to prove that she's not into Cooper. She is dared to go talk to this like handsome dude in the karaoke bar, and who he apparently is not interested in her. So
she's gonna change his mind real quick.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'll swoon you. Let me go up and sing some Nelly.
Hence the Nelly song. It's one of those songs that I forgot about. Like, I haven't thought about that song in a long time, and then immediately she starts singing it. Yeah, because they just had that dedication to it too.
Wow, that's so great.
They did a good job. They did a good job with that. Those two ladies are fantastic singers. So back at the ranch at the sorority house, they let's see, the guys. So the van is everything's stolen from Josh and
Neil.
And then and meanwhile he was threatening them too with
he's like, we're gonna blow up your car unless you give us everything we want.
And that's the other thing. Why didn't they just drive off? Like, why didn't they just?
That right now.
Yeah, were you thinking that?
No, I didn't even. That never even crossed my mind until you said it right now.
The whole time that he's like threatening them, I'm like, why just hit the gas? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, you're not leaving Cooper and Barry. You just drive to the next block.
Yeah.
Like,
if anything, Cooper and Barry are going to be fine.
Yeah.
They got a sorority house full of chicks.
So it's little things like that where I'm just like, okay, it's a little too comedy of errors sometimes, but that also makes it charming. So then they end up getting their clothes are gone. They're wandering the streets. The car gets blown up. And that is when Cooper noticed. Barry's lady friend notices through the window that the car is on fire. So that is when they run out there to see what happens, and they find out that they're like, where is Josh and Neil? They come up, tell them what happened. Oh, meanwhile, before in the car, Neil had recognized one of the skater dude's voices as
and he
one
knows
of the guys.
dude that stole the phone.
Yeah. So they end up just going. They decide to be adults, and they track down they find the phone again, go to the house where the kid lives. His dad comes to the door.
They decide the trump card is to tell your parents. That is the end all be all.
On the kid.
His Cooper's certain set of skills is, I'm going to tell your dad what you did. That you stole my phone and you just blew up my friend's car.
Which is like that grown up, you know, growing up. Sometimes you just have to tell on people.
Oh man, it's crazy too. Because like I couldn't imagine like someone like if my mom called me right now, it was like, someone just told me that you were mean to them or something. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm sorry, mom.
Well,
like, I'll try and fix that. I'm sorry. You know, just like instantly, just like you're a kid again. You know, your parents are yelling at you. It doesn't matter what it is. You just blew up his car and stole his cell phone, son. You're gonna be grounded.
Well, there's different types of parents, because this kid's dad clearly was like, what did you do this time? But you know, there are also those parents that are just like, my kid does nothing wrong, my precious snowflake. So yeah. If your parents raised you right, you they know that you are held accountable for things. So that Cooper got his phone back.
He gets his phone back. And we all get back to the bar, right?
Yeah.
And they're all at the bar, and he's doing his whole like fourth wall breaks of like, lesson learned, back up your cell phone, because you know things on here are priceless. And he starts skimming through and shows the picture of them in front of the observatory.
Oh,
which is really cute.
He didn't want to make out with that chick because he was thinking about that picture.
And then Barry's chick and him run around the corner. He's like, this is my new lady. So now like Barry has a lady, Neil's still trying to find a lady, Josh is married. We all know Cooper and Kelly are gonna end up together. So
yep. So Neil is going to find him his smoking hot chick.
Yeah, hopefully.
Actually, let's go into predictions now.
You want to go into predictions?
Might as well.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Do you have one?
Not necessarily a prediction, but like something I saw online that I thought was really funny was Kelly really got punched in the face in their fight scene, and she had like a cut over her eye, and she was saying that was like the first time she's ever been hit in the face in her entire life. And then like in the fight scene, they never show her get punched in the face, so it was like, was all that for nothing?
It was for nothing.
Like you took an awesome like shot to the face and they didn't even use it in the episode. I thought that was crazy.
Dang.
Prediction wise, like I would like to see, like you said, like maybe like within the next couple episodes we see more of like the girl side of things and like the girl camaraderie and like the sisterhood of the traveling, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. But I definitely see like Kelly and Cooper are gonna be together, and maybe like this season ends with them almost getting together, but not quite. Or like this season ends with them getting together and like trying to find Neil.
Yeah.
Somebody, or like everyone having someone.
Maybe it'll be a real Sam and Diane romance. That's an out-of-date reference that nobody will understand from Cheers.
Oh.
They always say that was like one of those, you know, Sam and Diane's will they, won't they?
Yesterday.
Oh, really? Marissa knows what's up.
I can sing the theme song, but
hell yeah.
I don't know anything else.
My prediction is that Neil will have his smoking hot girlfriend, because that is how this show works. Every guy, every dude gets a smoking hot girlfriend. So Neil will soon find his smoking hot girlfriend.
Because like he was super into like the bodybuilder chick. Like what if he's into something that's like completely different, and like that's what makes him different, and maybe that's something that changes it and gets more.
I would love to
females
see some
of like, oh cool, she's not your like cover girl that they were just like, oh, get a model.
Yeah,
everyone in Hollywood dates models, get him a model or something like that. But before we go, let's talk about the post credit. This is a landline, guys. This is a landline phone. And he's like, what is that? How do I check my email? He's like, no, you use this to call somebody. And he's like, why would I want to call somebody on a phone? I want to check my email. I can't send emojis. It was just so great.
You can't, yeah, what does he say? You can't speak emojis.
Yeah, it was so good. And then it rings and they're like, shut that thing up.
Yeah. Put it on silent.
Yeah, it was so great.
We don't know how to use phones.
Do you remember having a landline?
Yeah. When was the last time I had one? I hate when an official office or a telemarketer or somebody calls, when they call me and they'll be like, hi, can I speak with Tamara? And I'm like, yeah, let me get her. She's back in 1999, the last time I had a landline.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, it's so crazy when they ask for you by name, like anybody else was going to answer my phone.
That's ridiculous.
So let's wrap it up there. We will see you next episode of Cooper Barrett. I am Tamara Brown. Find me on Twitter at BrownTamara.
I'm James Franck. Find me here at AfterBuzz all night tonight, and check me out on the Lucha Underground After Show on Thursdays. Follow me on Twitter at TheJimboSlice. That's TheJimboSlice. Bam.
Woohoo! So we'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.